Yang Berhormat Dato Seri Azmin, Minister of Economic Affairs, Mr Michael Walsh, Chief Executive, Pacific Basin Economic Council, Tan Sri, Dato, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome to the Asia Economic and Entrepreneurship Summit dinner tonight. We are very delighted to have here with us the Honourable Minister of Economic Affairs, Dato Seri Azmin, to be with us and to share with us his thoughts and his insights on the Malaysian economy. As we all know, the Ministry of Economic Affairs is a central planning authority for economic planning in Malaysia, and we hope to get some views from the Minister on how the Malaysian economy will be performing and how we fit in with the rest of Asia in the coming years. The Ministry of Economic Affairs also plays a key role in formulating and shaping the 12th Malaysia Plan, which would be introduced shortly. And we hope that the 12th Malaysia Plan will be able to provide the roadmap for the economic agenda for our country to overcome all the many challenges that we have to face in the years ahead. At the summit earlier this morning, we've heard from many experts and many speakers on the challenges and vicissitudes facing Asia and the rest of the world, the global economy. And we have also taken note of some of the pain points that the business community felt in these challenging times, and we would be compiling a report to submit to the relevant authorities and to the Economic Action Council for their consideration. Today's summit highlights and discusses the key challenges facing Asia in the midst of possible trade and technology wars and global economic uncertainties. We hope that this summit can be a prelude to Malaysia hosting APEC summit next year. And I think in the preparation for the APEC summit next year, a lot more forums, discussions, and roundtables of this nature will need to be held to provide the interface between government and business. Tonight, we shall also honor several distinguished people for their entrepreneurial leadership and contributions to both business and society with the conferment of the Asia Pacific Business Excellence Lifetime Achievement Awards. I'd like to congratulate in advance all of the recipients of these awards and wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. So once again, I'd like to thank Honorable Minister for taking time off your very busy schedule to be present with us this morning. You postponed a trip with the Prime Minister to Bangkok to stay back to attend our dinner tonight, and we sincerely thank you for that gesture. We'll be meeting you in Bangkok tomorrow. I'm also flying there tomorrow for the ASEAN Summit. Sekian, terima kasih.
Well, good evening, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, ambassadors, Minister of Economic Affairs, and Tan Sri Michael Yeoh, good friend, and thank you for having PBEC. We're very honoured to be the co-organisers for today's summit and this evening's dinner, so welcome everybody. As the new CEO of PBEC, one of the oldest institutions in Asia, it is a great honour to listen and share some of our insights today, and I actually got reignited with some of the speakers as to what I want to do with PBEC going forward to make it even more inclusive and relevant to help ASEAN, and PBEC, whatever we like to call it, we're all one in moving forward together. as an economic powerhouse for the rest of the world. So with that said, I'm keeping it short and sweet because I know everybody's waiting for their food. So once again, thank you so much for having me. I hope you learned, for those who attended the summit today, took some takeaways. I think for me, it's continued dialogue is important. Some of the subject matter we covered today requires far more attention, and we can only do that by further dialogue and cooperation amongst the many states in Asia, including China and Malaysia and the surrounding economies of ASEAN. So with that, I would like to congratulate Tan Sri Michael Yeoh on a successful summit today at the KSI Institute. We look forward to further collaboration in future, and we'll be together in Bangkok as well. So looking forward to the next summit on Monday. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and once again, a great pleasure to be here.
Tan Sri Michael Yeoh, Chairman of the Asia Economic and Entrepreneurship Summit Organizing Committee, Mr Michael Walsh, Chief Executive of the Pacific Basin Economic Council, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening and salam sejahtera. First, I would like to express my appreciation for the invitation to deliver this special address at tonight's Gala dinner and Asia Business Leadership Excellence and Lifetime Achievement Awards. It is my honor to share with you my thoughts on the future of Asia, particularly in this new era of disruption and trade wars. Before I proceed with my short remark tonight, I would like to also congratulate Kingsley Strategic Institute for bringing together eminent industry leaders, policy makers, and delegates from across multiple sectors who participated earlier today. Undoubtedly, invaluable insights were shared to shape policies, ideas, and decision-making. Ladies and gentlemen, in early 2018, we witnessed the unfolding of trade friction in the global economy, particularly between China and America. This has resulted in Asia-Pacific economies further aligning themselves according to traditional and ideological beliefs. While the open and rules-based multilateral trading system has served the world well, the problem of trade-induced inequality in recent years has contributed to the growing hostility against an open economy, increasing trade protectionism, and rising ultra-nationalism. When two of the world's largest economies clash and engage in relentless trade war, smaller economies, including Malaysia, will be expected to suffer the consequences. The normal knee-jerk reaction will be the prediction of negative trade flows, as well as adverse effects on economic growth, with financial markets usually reacting by reducing their exposure in the affected economies. On the other hand, because international competition is always fluid, businesses will naturally look for alternative investment destinations to overcome the trade barriers imposed. This has opened a unique opportunity for Southeast Asian countries, and Malaysia in particular stands ready to exploit the various economic opportunities that may ensue. We are ready to accept new investments that wish to take advantage of our modern infrastructure, connectivity to the region, political stability, and our pool of skill and knowledge workers. We are committed to continuing the country's business-friendly policies, even as we introduce policy changes to ensure greater transparency and accountability. Malaysia, being an integral part of ASEAN, is actively pursuing a regional and global policy of business and trade interconnectivity. In line with this, it is noteworthy that the trade balance in the sub-regional cooperation within ASEAN, known as BIMYAGA, grew by 39.2% with a value of $54.7 billion in the period of 2016 and 2017, and its export value grew to $79 billion within the same period. We are confident that this will further accelerate economic development for the region. Furthermore, the forthcoming ASEAN Summit in Bangkok will further cement regional cooperation to boost economic and business activities from member states. In light of this, it is therefore significant that Malaysia is one of the first countries to participate in the Belt and Road initiatives. No doubt, while the BRI will help bridge the connectivity gap in the region, even more importantly, it will open doors to the greater expansion of global trade, enabling economies in the region to mutually grow and prosper. In this highly globalized world, we believe that free as well as fair trade must be the touchstone in all international commercial and trade dealings. Ladies and gentlemen, our vision for kemakmuran bersama, or shared prosperity, as recently articulated by Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, sets out a new path for sustainable development in line with equitable and inclusive growth by 2030. To put these principles into practice, this vision will form the foundation of the 12th Malaysia Plan. The Ministry of Economic Affairs has begun on a series of comprehensive consultative sessions involving key stakeholders. Under the 12th Malaysia Plan, the government will embark on a multi-pronged approach by driving productivity to fund the growth gap and equipping Malaysians to participate in an increasingly complex economy while at the same time implementing our social justice agenda. In closing, let me congratulate Kingsley Strategic Institute for organizing the Asia Economic and Entrepreneurship Summit on this very pertinent subject. I'm sure that the deliberations from the proceedings of this particular summit will contribute to further enriching the discourse of the future of Asia in this new era of disruption and trade wars. Thank you.